Hey, you can watch Common now with Mark Rosen at KFN.com. Keyword watch courtesy of Quantum Fiber.
This is 1995 Billboard Hot 100 number 5, Tennessee, or what number on the Billboard Hot 100 this day in 1995?
Yeah, number 5.
Mark Rosen, name the song and the artist.
No idea.
Well, give it a chance.
Oh,
Alicia Keys.
not Alicia.
Okay.
Sounds very
Bette Midler.
hip and not. Sounds more
Amy Winehouse.
very more rock and roll than that.
Mama
Mariah
Cass
Carey.
Elliott. Is it Mariah Carey, Tennessee?
No. I mean, obviously, you probably know the name of the song because it's a complete cover song. This is Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Yes. It's not Bonnie
But
Tyler.
This is
No.
the Nikki French version.
Oh, this is so
of course
good.
it's Nikki French.
And she recorded it when she was in Italy, which is weird. She didn't need to do a cover of it.
No.
As a matter of fact, after she recorded it, the producer should have just said, let's just
The original
scratch
is so good. Why would you try to?
it. Well, not just that, but it's just like that's just not. No, regardless if the original isn't really that good, it's like if I'm the producer, I heard that, I'd go, let's just scratch that.
Let's
French.
move on.
Let's move on with our life. But it's
Yeah.
okay. I'm sure she's fine, and she's a wonderful young lady. $40.
Oh, you're trying to still let me buy you out?
Game 3 tonight.
No.
I'm giving your opportunity right now. $40. Hand it to me right now, and we'll call it even Steven.
You don't know me. Well, you do know me. There's no way in the
I'm
world.
giving him a chance to get out. Otherwise, he's going to have to pay me 70. Well, only 70 because I owe you 5. And that's not because I lost a bet. I won a bet. You gave
I
me
paid you
a $15 bet, and I only gave me a 20. I didn't have change, so it was but basically $75. I'm saving you.
You're such a
$30.
What a great guy. What does Miami have to? Oh, they have to beat Denver 3 more times.
Yes. Well, Jimmy Buckets is going to do it, right? It's.
No, I don't know that.
This is what we in sports. Maybe not every year. Certainly not every year, but every few years.
Yeah.
There's always some type of terrific story.
Yeah,
right.
there is.
Whether it's like when Boston came back from a 3-0 deficit to beat the Yankees, or when the Chicago Cubs finally won
the World Series.
The World Series, or when Joe Namath, an 18-point underdog, brought the Jets to win. It's when the Vikings went to the big game after beating Atlanta. So and I think this has.
Well, it's got storybook written all over it. Part of the pun. It really does from a team standpoint, especially coming off the scraps of the play-in game, and they were almost got eliminated by the Bulls. And here they are. We know the story and how they got here, including the surprise series win over Milwaukee. I just think, again, I'm not going to back down at this point. I've told you, I was happy Miami won the other night. I was actually cheering for Miami to win because I think this has got the potential to be a really great series. Is Miami a slight favorite tonight or Denver?
Denver's 3.5.
Oh, okay.
What?
In Miami,
that's a value bet.
Well,
Tennessee.
I just think
that's a value bet or not?
A bet?
You like Denver, dude?
I'll take Denver.
Yeah, I would too. I just think Miami has to do so many little things, so many things well to beat Denver.
Well, yeah, like bounce back from a loss.
No, I know.
Atlanta and then to beat the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks. Oh, and then to beat the New York Knickerbockers.
The New York Knickerbockers. You don't compare the New York Knicks with the Denver Nuggets.
They were still a 5 seed.
Well, they were okay.
And they beat them, and then they beat the Boston Celtics, the
that
number
was
2
impressive.
seed.
Yes, it was.
And they beat the number 1 seed in Milwaukee. Yeah, they've done
everything right. I'm just saying that I think in order to win 3 more games in this series, and I'll be not happy to pay you, but I'll pay you.
Here's what's happened.
But I just don't see Denver. I think Denver. Watch the first half tonight, the first quarter tonight.
Here's what happened. Here's what's happened to you. I think maybe it's happened in 10. I can't. I'm going to speak for him, even though he can respond to this. You guys have just fallen in love with Joker, and you think he's a combination of Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Mike.
It's hard not to fall in love with the guy.
Well, yeah, but it's like
best all-around player in the game.
The bigger they are,
the harder they fall.
You can use that on Rosen Sports Sunday.
Not on that.
Oh, that's right. That's over. Because he's been.
I just like that when Jamal Murray missed his 3-point shot. He didn't slump his shoulders. He didn't have bad body language.
That's right.
He exuded confidence in his teammates.
He did. He exuded confidence in his teammates. He's different. He's built different.
He is built different.
You want to criticize Draymond Green some more? Oh, you got ripped for that, by the way, when you were ripping Draymond.
I thought he did a nice job
in New York, by the way.
Oh my God, it is.
It's orange.
It looks apocalyptic right now.
Yes.
What's going on?
I won't even go outside.
The air quality. A lot of people aren't. The air quality you cannot see across the river, across the street.
Is that from the forest fires in Canada?
No, it's just, but it's really hitting the East Coast and New York in particular. It's always the West Coast that gets smoked. Pardon the pun.
You just got destroyed.
For what? First of all, I like Draymond Green on the air, but I thought it was kind of humorous. I didn't exactly take it seriously. I just said, I think he's. Look at you digging in your backpack. You come prepared.
It's my employment agreement.
I'm just only one page.
I'm looking it over very carefully. Trying to find out. I think, because here's the deal. I want to sue the company because I think working with you is a breach of my contract. Because it's pain and suffering. I have that in my contract.
You do.
I suffer pain and suffering from you. What did you say? Now I can't find it. I thought
I said Draymond should be talking. It was kind of tongue in cheek, but I just kind of when Draymond's always chirping at the officials and I love the way he plays, but it's like I'm sure it's not much fun for Steve Kerr at times. He picks up technical foul after technical foul, and he's always chirping away. And I think his comment was, wasn't it basically just go back and do your thing? And I mean, just like you never do. That was basically what I said.
Oh, yeah, I guess you did.
That's all I said. It was pretty harmless stuff. I don't care if you've got an interesting email.
I wish I could find it, but I can't.
All right. Well,
they may have exaggerated.
You get an hour.
We always do that here.
No, I mean, I've watched Denver. Like I said, I like the way they play. I like the way they put their team together. I think it's kind of the old-fashioned way. Obviously they've signed a free agent or two, but I just think and Miami's a great story with all the undrafted players they have that are contributing. It's hard not to root for that team. If this was almost any other year when the Miami Heat put together the super team, when the other Miami Heat team with LeBron and Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, well, that I'm taking my talents to South Beach. We all remember that infamous moment. It's not that way with this team, and I think that's what. As a basketball fan, I appreciate and I enjoy watching them play. And I'm not going to be crushed if they win tonight. I'm not going to go. I'm not rooting like I. This has to be Denver's year, but yeah, the Joker's fun to watch. He's an old. I mean, I could see him with I don't know any of those old school teams, but the Celtics in particular, with McHale and Bird and Parrish. I mean, my God, a guy like Joker. Playing as well as he is right now in every facet of the game. You always talk about a 5-tool guy in baseball. I mean, he's that way in basketball. And he does it in such a way that he's not, everyone says he's not the most athletic-looking guy in the world, but he's rarely out of position. He's a great passer. He does all the little things well, and he doesn't fall short very often.
Today I heard, this was from yesterday, today I heard Rosen end the show with sounds that could hardly pass as intelligent speech.
That's a good compliment to
even to the world's leading philologists. What's a philologist?
I have no idea.
Can you look up what a philologist is?
Maybe an audio person?
Philologist.
Why is he using such big words?
Today I heard Rosen end the show with sounds that could hardly pass as intelligent speech. God, I love that.
That's pretty funny.
Even to the world's leading.
Oh, sorry.
Even to the world's leading philologists.
Philologist.
A person who specializes in philology, the study of literary texts and written records.
Oh.
Or a person who specializes in linguistics, especially historical and comparative.
So is he a professor?
Yeah. So it must be.
Philologist.
I've never heard anyone ever use that word in a sentence, even in a spelling bee.
Having listened to four-time NBA champ Draymond Green's brilliant insight into the chemistry of the Denver Nuggets and especially the poise of the fearless leader Nikola Jokic, former high school forward Mark Rosen had enough. He decided right then and there to save the future of sports as we know it by calling Green a hypocrite. I'm surprised that after 88 years of Minnesota sports commentary, Rosen hasn't learned that there's a difference between complaining to the refs and complaining about one's teammates. Warmest regards, Luke. 88 years you've been doing this.
It's a long time.
That's what he said.
I'm
There's
not quite sure
it's
it's
between complaining to the refs and complaining about one's teammates. There's a difference.
Well, there is, but I don't know what his point is. I mean, I'm not.
Oh, we all know what his point was, Mark, and it's well taken. It's very well taken.
I think Draymond is being used in a proper way. It's good because he's a very colorful guy. He's got a lot to say, but he does hurt his team at times. Absolutely does.
Common, tell Rosen to study the petrodollar. He's worried about supporting the Saudi Arabian government by watching golf, but the American dollar only has value because of the agreement our government has to make other countries use the dollar for any purchases of Saudi oil. It's about to change in August when Saudi Arabia joins the BRICS currency system. So just keep that in mind, Mark.
Okay. We're breaking down the economics now of the dollar.
Spouting off about your opinions about live golf and Saudi Arabia, Phil Mickelson.
Go ahead and keep killing people. That's fine. Sounds like Rory's.
This sounds like Rory?
No, I'm saying it sounds like Rory is a little more on board with what's happening.
Well, of course he is. He's going to benefit financially, I'm sure.
Well, I mean.
Number 3, Billboard Hot 100 on this day, 1995. This is Ed Sheeran. I recognize his voice.
95?
Yeah, Ed Sheeran. He's been around a long time. Who is it, Tennessee? Who is it? What is it?
It's Bryan Adams.
Oh, Bryan Adams.
Oh, Canadian.
Have you ever really loved a woman?
Bryan Adams did.
I've lost my list, so I need to hopefully get that back for the next one.
No.
Funny.
Bryan Adams did 65 Love Affair.
Bryan Adams. Big name.
Summer of 69 he did, right? Did he do Summer of 69?
That's right, yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
He also did 65.
Heaven was a good song.
He did 65 Love Affair. Also.
Everything I do it for you.
Number 3, we'll break. We'll come back. More to get to with Mark Rosen. Controversial Vikings news, too.
Some Daniel Hunter stuff, yeah.
Yeah, Teddy, were you able to break that down on that?
The video is basically what I...
Okay, well, we'll still talk about it. Apparently, plenty of interest in Daniel Hunter around the league.
There should be.
We don't need him, apparently. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more with Mark Rosen, Teddy, and the Common Man here on The Fan.
After 40-plus years, he still brings the heat. It's...
Lowry Hill Tunnel, 13 minutes, 4-minute delay. Slow traffic on I-494 southbound between County Road 47 and Rockford Road. I-494 northbound's heavy, Stone Road to 394. 694 westbound's heavy, East River Road to 252. That's traffic on The Fan. Traffic is sponsored by eBay Motors. You do anything to keep your vehicle happy. Let's make sure it stays running smoothly with eBay Guaranteed Fit. The right parts are just a click away. When you see the green check, you know that part will fit. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
He's a former coach with 2 sons who played professional basketball. Satch Sullinger's a competitive individual, but his golf game was suffering because of painful joints.
Right. That's real important. The golf game. Right. As we get older, we create these bad habits because we're relegated to hit a certain way.
QC Kinetics used regenerative treatments, all natural healing properties from Satch's own body to restore those damaged joints and get his golf game back on track.
QC Kinetics regenerative medicine is regenerating me, all natural. And that's what I'm about. I'm going to tell everybody why I'm better.
Oh, and by the way, looks like the competitive Satch is back.
We're all in the same boat, and I'm getting better, and I'm watching them stay old.
Go to QCkinetics.com. Get relief and your game back. Call for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 612-254-7123. That's 612-254-7123. 612-254-7123.
All Elements, your roofing specialist, presents Invasion of the Storm Chasers. Innocent homeowners are being terrified by storm chasers. They wait for severe weather. When it strikes, they begin their march through neighborhoods, knocking on doors, making their repair pitches. Storm chasers work quickly, with little or no regard for quality, then flee as quickly as they came. Avoid storm chasers. Whether it's commercial or residential, your roof is essential. Trust All Elements. Visit allelementsinc.net or KFAN.com keyword roof.
We're doing it again. Saving you money by extending AC Nelson's Spring Open House sale prices. That's one more week to save on over 1,100 new RVs. Travel trailers start at under $15K. We have fifth wheels, portable cabins, and fish houses. Plus, we offer no money down and never any extra finance fees. When you buy from the #1 Forest River Cherokee dealer, you will clearly save. AC Nelson RV's extended Spring Open House sale in Shakopee. WAC.
GPS, set destination to fun.
System does not compute.
I'm talking about a road trip. Windows down, playlist jamming.
I cannot control the radio.
Just find a gas station.
3.7 miles.
We'll fill up the tank, get road trip scratch tickets.
Wait, is road trip a scratch game or a destination?
It's both, GPS. It's both.
Play the road trip scratch game. You could win up to $100,000. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free, Minneapolis? This summer, take your dream vacation with Norwegian Cruise Line to Alaska, Europe, and more. Book today and get 35% off all cruises. Plus, enjoy free airfare for second guest, free unlimited open bar, free specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon, Minneapolis. Norwegian Cruise Line. Feel free. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Beat the summer heat and high energy bills with Window Nation. Get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. Plus, you'll put zero money down, make 0 payments, and pay 0 interest for 2 full years. Window Nation, 866-90-NATION, or visit windownation.com.
Nothing's quite the same as it was back then, is it? Back when you were first married, you were both young, full of dreams, and just starting out. The years have brought good times and bad, but through it all, you had each other. And now you've arrived. Life is good, and nothing's quite the same, except for the love you share and her engagement ring. It's the same ring with the same diamond you gave her when you were just starting out. It's a reflection of those earlier days. I'm Dean from Wedding Day Diamonds, and I'd humbly like to suggest that you surprise her with a new, bigger diamond that better reflects your life today and the life before you. At Wedding Day, we have hundreds of diamonds of 2, 3, 4 carats and more. Big, beautiful diamonds. Eco for lab-grown diamonds at prices that were unthinkable just a few short years ago. And when you upgrade her ring, we'll put her original diamond in a pendant so that she can always have that special diamond close to her heart. Let her know that your love has only grown with a new, bigger diamond from Wedding Day Diamonds.
Common here for Casey's, and Casey's has gone crazy. This summer at Casey's, medium fountain and frozen drinks are only 89 cents. Every day, all summer, just 89 cents. That's less than $1. You can find 89 cents most anywhere. The cushions in your couch, the cup holder in your car, your kid's piggy bank. This summer, all day, every day, medium fountain and frozen drinks are only 89 cents at Casey's. Casey's, here for good.
71% off labor on all siding, roofing, and door projects. BuildersandRemodelers.com.
Now back to the 651 Carpets, home of the Next Day Install Studios. On the Fan.
Head to KFAN contest page to enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to Lakefront Music Fest. Happening July 14th and 15th in Prior Lake and featuring performances by Darius Rucker, REO Speedwagon, Leonard Skinner, and so many more. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest for your chance to win.
Speaking of Leonard Skinner, I think this is Leonard Skinner. It's 1995, number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100.
It's number 3.
It's number 3. This week in 1995, Leonard Skinner. This is not Ed Sheeran. I know that. Who is this?
I'm sure Rosie knows who this is.
Sounds like TLC. I don't know.
Wow. The rapper's coming in soon here.
Coolio.
Snoop Dogg.
Don't know.
Playboy bunnies, those wanting money. Those the ones I like.
This is the Notorious B.I.G.
Ah, your favorite.
Second favorite. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One more chance.
He's a big Tupac guy.
Tupac's the guy.
Yeah.
And don't say you didn't have anything to do with this.
What?
What is it? People can watch on what?
KFAN.com/watch.
I'm being told by a number of people there's two cameras, one showing your profile and the other the front of your face. I'm not on it.
I had nothing to do with anything.
Don't say you didn't have anything to do with that.
Zach Halverson came in here.
The Common Man Program.
I'll turn that camera. Ask Zach Halverson. He's the producer.
Really sad that's what it's come to. That you're so popular and your ego, this insatiable appetite for attention that you say, I'll only do the KFAN.com/watch if 2 cameras are being none of them.
Normally, well, I'm used to having 2 cameras in the studio. One close up and then the other one, the red light. There was no red light, so I don't know which one. I don't even know where the other camera is. Yeah. I just see the one in front of me. Yeah. Where's your camera?
I don't have one. They don't have one for me. It's for you.
It's right there.
Oh.
Right in front of your face, like 1.5 feet.
So I was being lied to, in other words.
No. Okay. Yes, you are.
So now what was the deal on Daniil? What is the deal on Daniil? Is it?
Well, he's not making any money this year. You know, he's only making like $5 million. After he made 20 last year.
That ain't going to get him to the grave, fool.
No. So
there have been calls to Winter Park, the new Winter Park. Is that what?
They're basically trade rumors that there are some teams interested.
Is this Florio, or who did you say this was?
It was Ian Rappaport.
Ian Rappaport. He's plugged in.
Well, I mean, I assume there would be calls maybe since he's not reported yet, and he's not happy, and he wants a new deal, and that's not a lot of gamesmanship that goes on. You know, we don't have to worry about it with the rookies anymore, but certainly with a guy like Daniil, who actually was durable last year. I mean, he played, unlike the previous 2 years when he was hurt, he played all the games, I believe, last year. Now, you can question how effective he was and how they used him because they had him, playing more of the linebacker position than hand in the dirt.
Back, we used to call it.
Yeah, and so I don't know what Brian Fleury's plans are for him.
Well, isn't that the biggest question? Does Daniil Hunter fit what B-Flow's defense is? Because that's all we hear now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is brand new to football, brand new to the Vikings, but since we got B-Flow, it's like, oh, wait, now, what we have to have is players that fit B-Flow's. In other words, B-Flow shouldn't be troubled or tasked with having his defense maybe change a little to fit the personnel we have. It's no, you either play my style of defense or you hit the road. Yep. So the question would be, does Daniil have the ability to do a lot? Because it sounds like if you're going to play on B-Flow's defense, you got to be able to do 2, 3, 4 different things. Ken Daniil, does he fit the style of defense?
I don't know why he wouldn't.
I
think talent-wise, you take him out of the mix, and you're left with a lot of question marks. I mean, they signed Marcus Davenport, who's been with the Saints, and he's been hurt. And they're taking a flyer basically on him. They have a lot of question marks in that defensive line. And even though people seem to think that the Vikings defense will be appreciably better, because I really don't think it could get much worse than what it did a year ago, especially giving up the number of passes they gave up over the middle of the field. But yeah, I think Daniil Hunter has got the skill set. I think talent wins out normally, and Brian Flores has been around long enough to recognize that. If they were able to pull off a great deal, then so be it. But it's mostly just fitting the money in right now.
Pete Versich alluded to on Twitter that maybe this is just a leveraging thing, right? Where you are in negotiations for a contract extension with him on both sides.
Yep.
Is this just one side leaking to the media to try to gain leverage in a situation?
That never happens. Yeah. But no, I still think Daniil is 28, I think, 28 years old, 28, 29. I want him on my team. I mean, because I don't see anyone better suited for what he does still. I don't think he had gaudy numbers last year in his name, but the durability was important.
He's 28.
Oh, okay. The durability is very important. So I hope they continue to. I mean, Megan made a lot of money last year.
So you'd like him to remain a member of the club?
100%. Yes, because I don't think they've signed anyone that's better. They can be that versatile, as versatile as Daniil Hunter is, and maybe he'll flourish under Fleury's system.
In defense of Rosen, as a longtime listener, I've been able to make one definitive conclusion about the Grum. No matter what Rosen contributes, he still gets ripped.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I told the Rod Carew story. People
there's that.
Like guys who sit in their basement all day and say, what do you add to the show? Well, look, I'm trying to put some perspective when we're talking about Luis Arise.
And this is easily confirmed, as you will often hear him backing off an opinion or statement. hit the backup sounder, and taking the exact opposite stance on something he offers up, and he's again beaten up by the listeners and the host and sidekick interim for his new tact on an issue. How he musters the courage to keep on showing up on those occasions when he's not skipping out from 2 to 3 daily is truly a fascinating question. Just want to say we do love you, Rosie.
Oh, thank you.
And keep on keeping on. How do you muster the courage to come in every day? How do you do it?
Masochistic. I mean, I worked with, some interesting personalities over a long period of time, and now I get to include you in that group, and I'm fascinated. As I'm fascinated with meat sauce, I'm fascinated with the gamesmanship and the way you operate.
The streaming of this hour will get dangerous for you, Rosie.
What do you mean?
Because we're now going to be able to see you.
Oh, is this every day now?
Well, it's not every day, but it's been 2 of the last 3 days.
Yeah.
We got nothing else better to spotlight, so we got to spotlight you.
Hi, everybody. Glad I took a shower and shaved today.
But one of these days, you're going to have a meltdown on the stream, and you're going to forget people can see you.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It won't take very long. Yeah.
What's interesting is we lost the Bradshaw and Bryant KFA text line, which you can reach us at 64686 for about almost 4 hours today. So as text messages come in, they're also mixed in out of nowhere, the ones that were sent to PA. And I love one of them that came in earlier that basically said, does PA always talk like this? And that could mean anything, right?
Well, that pretty much covers everything.
Well, that's it. Who knows? I wish I would have known exactly what he was talking about. We'll take our final break of the program. Back with more with Rosie, Common and Tennessee. Right here on the Fan. This is, by the way, number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. And who is it?
This is Monica. Don't take it personal. Just one of them days.
And I wouldn't take it personal.
The number 1 song's a jam.
All right. That's next. You're on the Grum on the Fan.
iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. But starting June 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last.
Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details.
What's in your wallet?
I'm Israel Gutierrez. I'm hosting a new podcast called 4 Years of Heat. It takes you to Miami from 2010 to 2014, when LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade set the NBA ablaze.
Have an opportunity to team up with the best trio to ever play the game of basketball.
We'll take you inside those 4 monumental years with behind-the-scenes access and insight about one of the greatest teams ever assembled. 4 Years of Heat on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, if you do indeed have a child, and over 1 million kids a year have ear tube placement, if you are in that same situation, go with Hummingbird ear tube placement. It's a breakthrough technology where it eliminates fasting, it eliminates anesthesia, eliminates the operating room as well. It's procedures done in the cozy confines of an office, and parents are allowed to be there for the entirety of the procedure. And costs are often much less than the operating room procedure. Find out more if your child needs ear tube placement by going to hummingbirdeartubes.com. That's hummingbirdeartubes.com.
One great benefit that comes with getting old is that you've seen it all. For nearly 200 years, Old National Bank has been there, an established financial partner, serving the community right in the community. Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old.
Introducing Uptown Collab. That's right, Arts and Rec spring enhancements leveled up the space so much, it completely evolved with a new name. Uptown Collab, where social culture is reimagined for the way you roll. Check us out tonight or online at uptowncollab.com.
Hey, Rosie here for the Twin Cities' best AC specialist, Sedgwick Heating and Air Conditioning. There's nothing worse in the old summertime than a hot, humid house and an AC that doesn't cool. Sedgwick has 65 years serving the Twin Cities AC issues. Master technicians, no BS about unfair pricing, just great guys wanting to keep you and your family happy and cool. Consistently earning 5-star ratings, now offering a real great deal. Save $1,200 off a new high-efficiency Lennox AC. Learn more at mncooling.com/summer.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Meet Chris Hockey, radio celebrity by day, rock star by night.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal, and if you're like me, which is unlikely, but we'll go with it, you need a big deal vehicle too. I found mine at Park Cheap in Burnsville. I need a vehicle that makes a statement. I'm the man. I drive over giant boulders because I can. Plus, Park Cheap is the only AEV dealer in Minnesota. Now that's a big deal.
Get treated like a big deal at Park Chrysler Jeep in Burnsville, online at parkjeep.com.
If you sleep next to someone who snores loudly at night, it could be a sign of sleep apnea. Gem Sleep is a virtual sleep clinic that offers diagnosis and treatment options that can improve your loved one's sleep. Don't let sleep apnea disrupt your lives any longer. Visit mygemsleep.com today and sleep better tomorrow.
Don't settle for an ordinary ring when you can have a Viraggio ring exclusively at Arthur's Jewelers. Viraggio rings with their intricate design, filigree work on the band, and diamonds nestled in unexpected places sets it apart from any other ring you've seen before. So head to Arthur's Jewelers in Roseville today to see Viraggio.
What's up? It's a Target trend alert. New swim has just arrived and it's sunny weather approved.
If you're into bikinis or one pieces, high waists or cutouts, they're the perfect combo of trendy, flattering, and affordable.
That's right. And there are so many cool styles with gorgeous details. These suits have macrame, crochet, wood beads, pretty shells, and more. Totally a luxe for less vibe.
Yeah, so dive in and shop this Target trend without the spend.
This is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Spire Credit Union.
Pablo Lopez will try to get the Twins back in the win column after 3 losses in a row, and they visit the Rays tonight. This will be a bullpen game for Tampa. WNBA, the Lynx visit the Liberty, looking to win back-to-back games after starting the season 0-6. EA Sports announced that Bills quarterback Josh Allen will be on the cover of Madden 24. He's the first Buffalo player to earn that honor in the 30-plus year history of the game. I'm Doug Thompson.
What does it look like to be in the business of improving lives? Well, since 1934, Spire's Midwestern values have driven a mission of giving back and focusing on people. Minnesota's best credit union by Forbes and the Star Tribune. Head to myspire.com to learn more. Insured by NCUA.
Our podcasts are so good, they're actually radio shows. New podcast posted daily on...
Man, it's a long time ago.
This is so good.
It's a great song.
Oh, it's one of my faves. This is Alicia Keys. This is from 1995. It's number 1 in the Billboard Hot 100.
This is TLC.
On this day, this week. Who is attending TLC?
Mark Rosen's right.
Waterfall.
That's right.
He looked it up. You looked up 1995 on your little iHop.
Yeah, I'm looking at New York City right now on my iHop.
You did it one early. You could have done it
No,
earlier.
I know the song.
Judging by the last song, just anytime you hear a girls R&B group, he just says TLC.
Well, maybe that's what it is.
That's just it.
I just don't believe anything he says anymore.
This is a big hit back in the day.
That's great. Here's a text message said, I wonder if Rosen was working the phones this morning for some inside scoops with his team insiders regarding Daniil, or if he just decided to ask Karn for some of his takes as usual. Which did you do?
Really haven't spoken to Karn much. He's been pretty busy doing contracts today.
Oh my gosh.
What kind of contracts?
My friends and I have, what kind of contracts?
I don't know.
My friends
Just tell me.
And I have a take. No, have a, and I have a make a Rosen impression. Oh, impression before he enters the studio to do the Common Man show. We all have our own version. Mine is he stops before he touches the door handle, takes a deep breath, and then he reaches for the handle in his hand, shaking as it turns it to enter the studio. Is that accurate? Other than the door handle?
Spot on.
Just pushes the door.
Yeah.
Here's one that says, and I hope most people feel this way. They say, hey, Common and crew, you guys are really great together. The chemistry between you, Tenna, and Rosie is nothing short of immaculate.
Oh.
Thank you for keeping this 23-year-old entertained while mowing lawns for a couple 13, 14 years.
Oh.
Keep up the good, keep up the great. We'll just keep mowing. No, he says keep working. I tell him keep mowing. He thinks our chemistry is
first, it's really great to hear that. So in 23, I mean, that was my summer job for a long time, taking care of my neighbors' lawns.
What?
Yeah, I love doing that.
Between delivering drugs. That's where you
delivering
got started with
drugs. I did when I was working at Town Drug over here at Texatonka.
Yep, I remember that.
Delivering prescriptions to individual homes and to nursing homes. But yeah,
you were a drug runner.
I was a drug runner before. Well, there was legal drugs. But yeah, you know what? I hope kids get. That's a pretty good summer job. The families go away, go up to the cabin, whatever it is, taking care of somebody's lawn, watering, mowing the lawn. That's good work.
You still want to do it? You want to come mow my lawn?
No.
Ask Rosie about Natalie Darwitz leaving the Gophers to coach Hill Murray. Your thoughts? What do you know?
I just know what I read. It's apparently there was a issue with. Yeah, apparently there was with Brad Frost. I don't know
what kind of a rift do we know? Tend to be you're the hockey guy. Come on, cut open a vein. Don't protect.
I don't know. I could find out.
Gargie's kind of the U of M person. I was surprised to read about it, but stuff like that happens after a period of time. Not seeing eye to eye on could be any number of topics or subjects.
What does her claim? She was a great hockey player. Right?
She was a great hockey player.
One of the best women's hockey players of all time.
Right.
Played
high school,
played youth and high school for Egan.
Egan, okay.
Played for the Gophers women.
All right.
Played in the Olympics multiple times.
Right.
She was the head coach at Hamlin and did a really great job there before getting the associate head coach job at the Gophers. I don't have any information other than it's, what was written in the newspaper was there might have been a little bit of difference in philosophy between her and the head coach, Brad Frost. I mean, to go from Gophers associate head coach to Hill Murray, I mean, that's a drop.
Right. But she wants to be happy. I mean, that's the thing, too. She wants to coach. She wants to enjoy the game. And
what did you say? Philosophical differences? No, what?
That's what had been written about it. Yes.
Does one want to score more goals than the other? I mean, isn't it?
I don't.
Isn't the philosophy of a hockey team is score more goals than the other team?
Yeah, that's kind of generally.
That's all there is to coaching.
Be pretty simple to me. That'd be my philosophy.
Someone should tell the Minnesota Wild. Well, they can't get past the first round. Vegas is
still like your Twins club, don't you? How about that law? I mean, that goes to show you when you play and it's what I tweeted. This is what I tweeted last night.
I saw it.
Yeah, I mean, it's if the Twins, and they'll probably win their division, and if they face Tampa Bay, I don't think we'll see anything different in the playoffs between Tampa Bay, and Minnesota that we saw last night, unless something changes dramatically.
No. How about the White Sox? Are I think 4 or 5 games under 500. They're only 4 games out of first place.
They have a message for the Minnesota Twins they just sent out.
Did they?
Objects in your mirror may be closer than they appear.
I mean, they are sitting in that clubhouse legitimately going, we can win this division.
Yep. And we've
the
been
White Sox. I just heard an Eric Dickerson's update. It's a bullpen game tonight for Tampa Bay. So does that mean?
I thought Thibodeau was throwing.
That's Thibodeau, right?
He's been traded several times this year, too, because I've seen his name in the start several different spots.
And we got our guy Pablo going tonight with Luis Arraez grabbing all the headlines, getting over the 400 mark. Pablo Lopez facing the best.
And I were the two that said, boy, not sure I'd like to give up the American League batting champ for, I don't care, unless it's Nolan Ryan, and you were all for it. No.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm not using saying the term "I'm not sure" is not a definitive. Under no circumstances should they trade Luis Arraez. That's not exactly
for Pablo
hedging
Lopez,
your bets. No. Well, I mean, again,
for Nolan Ryan, yes, not Pablo Lopez.
You have to revisit this story again. I mean, that the Twins' lack of starting pitching depth was acutely inadequate. So they didn't know Sonny Gray was going to have the kind of year they're having. They didn't know Joe Ryan was going to have the kind of year. They didn't know Bailey Ober was going to be ready. They didn't know Louis Varland was going to give them some great starts. The Twins have one of the best starting staffs, which is totally unexpected. Then they traded for Lopez. I mean, again, you know when you go to the game, when Arise is one of those rare players where you go, oh, wait, I don't want to walk out to the concourse right now because Luis Arise is up. I don't want to miss his at-bat. He brought that kind of excitement to the team, and everybody loved it. But will they make the trade all over again? Probably not.
Would they sign him to a 4-year, $89 million contract if they could do it all over again?
Well, I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I think we'll see if Lopez can turn the tide on what has been historically his track record about not pitching as well the second half of the season as the first half. Then they got issues because he's far from their number one starter right now. Far from it. And now he's got to face a very, very good Tampa Bay team tonight.
Louis Arise is going to be on the cover of Time magazine next week.
I don't think so.
Wait, if he does, will you get an autograph when they come to town?
I don't think Miami's coming. I don't know where they're playing Miami. They play every team.
It's Tampa Bay. No, Miami. I'm sorry, Miami.
Yeah, Miami. I don't know where they play. I have not looked at the schedule. I mean, I'd love to see you, hopefully.
And would you get his autograph on the cover of Time and then frame it right next to Rod Carews?
No, probably not. No. I was, I had a special relationship with Rodney back in the day.
You did?
Yeah. One of my
you know who else
people.
had a special relationship with Chad Hartman? Do you know who
I'm aware
Chad
of that.
Hartman's godfather is?
Rod Carew.
That is correct.
I was at Sid's, I emceed his big birthday party that night when he had all his close personal friends in it.
My godfather was my Uncle Bud.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a godfather.
Oliver Banks.
So Carew was Chad's guy before he was Rosie's guy, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely, he was.
He had invited him over. Sid would invite Rodney over to give him batting tips to the backyard.
Do you know that the odds are really, really good that by Friday all five AL Central teams could be under 500?
I don't think I would be if I was a betting man, and we are on this show occasionally. I would absolutely take that as a certainty almost.
You're down on this Twins club, aren't you?
Well, it's hard not to be. I mean, it's not. When even before this game last night or whatever, of the weekend series, they won a couple games against Cleveland, but for the most part, the last month or so,
they've been runs in 4 games.
Yeah, they've been unwatchable. I mean, it's one thing to lose games, and if you give you an entertaining product, and you leave runners on base in the 8th or 9th innings, and the guy hit a line shot and got robbed of a double to win the game for the other team. That's baseball. But when you're swinging and missing, I mean, we ran it this morning. Rocco's soundbite was so Rocco. I mean, he even hedged his comments about the sheer number of strikeouts that this team is experiencing right now. It was laughable almost. I mean, I don't know how you don't chuckle listening to it. I mean, it's not fun to watch. I'm not facing the Tampa Bay's pitcher was very good last night. But again, he's not good. Nolan Ryan.
No,
I mean,
but I had John Bonus on, and he said Eflin is very good.
He is very good. And Tampa Bay is, they're a really good baseball team. I don't know how they're, again, year after year after year in that crappy ballpark with a very small payroll. Now, this is a special year for them. It looks like they're having a special year.
So what you're telling me is you're concerned with the Twins going forward.
Yeah.
Why don't you just enjoy the season?
I can't right now because I love baseball, and I can't. It's hard to enjoy the season. I'm not being a fair weather fan. I'm being a person with a discerning eye who's going, I don't want to invest my time watching, even if it's 2 hours and 25 minutes.
When Maeda comes back to the to the roster, that's like making a trade.
Is it?
Huh?
Well, it is.
Well, I wouldn't count on Kenta Maeda being anything that's going to turn this team around. And again, they should win this division by 6 or 7 games. It's just, I know after this week, and you look at the schedule, they got a lot easier teams. They're playing. Detroit comes to town, and the Red Sox. They got. Milwaukee's good. Red Sox are tough. The Red Sox have a better record than the Twins, I'm sure.
Do the Twins? Don't they have a position on the team? I'm being serious. That's called like run prevention coordinator.
What do you mean?
I think
They do, and I think he deserves a raise. He's been doing a great job this year.
Yeah. Well, I think he's got his role confused. He's preventing the Twins from scoring runs. That's you're supposed to prevent the other team from scoring. Don't prevent our team from scoring.
By the way, Major League Baseball planning to discuss whether to postpone games in New York and Philadelphia tonight because of poor air quality.
I don't know how anyone can. You can't even see the ballpark. They had a shot at Yankee Stadium. Did you see that?
I've not seen a picture of it. Can you get one for me?
The sky is orange.
It's just haunting. We've had our share here.
Oh, sure. We've even had some here in the Twin Cities.
I could feel it yesterday.
Well, today, I think I saw the signs, the electronic signs say air quality problem, consider reducing your travel trips in your car, etc.
Yeah, it's as bad as I've ever seen on the East Coast look, especially, everybody knows New York City so well in terms of skyscrapers and. You got one there? Okay, good. I was going to pull one up.
New York City on Monday. That's New York City today.
No, that's not real.
No, it is.
That's like
they're saying don't go outside.
That's photoshopped. There's no way.
I know what you're saying.
Wow. Yeah, I'd call the game off.
Yeah.
You can't play in that.
It's not a question of like seeing the ball. It's breathing that air. And there's 6 million. How many people in New York City?
It looks like your penthouse apartment right after you've done vaping is what it looks like.
Well, and frankly, even besides the health stuff, financially, it's better for them to postpone as well because more people will show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny stuff.
Yeah. David, doesn't that look like his
I'll tell you what,
house after vaping?
I'll take a picture when that happens next time. And do a comparison with Yankee Stadium in my penthouse apartment.
Your penthouse apartment where you're vaping.
Stevie's.
Oh, look at Zach at KFAN.com/watch is playing the video of it right now. This is quite the production.
My goodness.
Zacho.
He's really picking up his game.
Of things.
Yeah.
He really is.
It's taken a while, but.
Yeah.
Is that another version of 11 they're building right behind Target Field?
No, I don't think so. I don't know 100%.
But it's apartments, isn't it?
I believe it is.
You're going to be able to watch the game from the apartments. It's right next to
the... You're right.
I haven't been close up. I'm just talking about when I drive down 394 to do the slip and go home. It looks like it's right behind the stadium that if you've got a 13, 14-story place, you'll be able to watch the game.
And you ask for that view of Target Field, you could probably sit out on your balcony. Like in the old days at Wrigley Field, when people would sit out there, on top of those apartment buildings before they put up those bleachers. But, I've noticed it. And I can see that apartment building right outside my kitchen window where I can watch it go up. Because now it blocks out the sunset, which I'm not happy about.
Think about it.
Yeah. So, but I won't be there much longer.
You could be in New York. The smoke will block out that sunset for crying out loud. That sky's orange. That's
it's haunting. It is. It's it's that show, The Last of Us, or whatever horror movie, whatever kind of apocalyptic.
It looks apocalyptic.
It really does.
It looks like the
beginning. So I'm anxious to hear. That's what tennis says. The possibility. I'm calling out the Philly and New York, calling out those games.
I would guarantee they would. If it's like that, you can't play in that.
I don't know how you can. It's not going to get any better.
Who's coughing more? The people in New York City or Rosen after hitting his bong?
I don't cough. I don't have a bong.
No. Vape.
Vape. I have a vape. I don't have a bong. That was in the 70s.
Yeah.
You're fascinated by this.
How about a 6-hose hookah? You got one of those?
I do not. I don't.
I just like saying 6-hose.
You really do. I don't even know what that is. Yeah,
it's a hookah with 6 hoses.
I know what it is. Yeah, I'm aware.
I don't know what it is. I know what it is.
Yeah, well, I know.
Trust me, I know what it is.
Yeah. You got to be there. Back in the day.
Common, can you bring Bonus back on instead of listening to Rosen read from the fish wrap verbatim? Get an original take, Rosie.
Well, tell that knucklehead what's he talking about.
I think he's just saying it.
I don't know. He doesn't even know what he's saying.
Now we can watch you reading from the newspaper at KFAN.com/watch.
Exactly.
Thanks to
newspaper,
Quantum Fiber.
I gave
Common.
Give
me the variety section every day, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, because the crossword puzzle's in there. I haven't looked at anything in the newspaper. I think I saw the headline.
Huh?
Who's the best? No contest. That's what I saw.
I live an exciting life. I mow the lawn. When I get home, I I put in a load of laundry and I do the crossword puzzle.
Nothing wrong with that.
What an exciting life I lead.
You really do. You and Corey Cove ought to get together.
Well,
compare notes.
He's going to start doing a show called The Fan Indoors, where he watches. And you know what? Who was the one who told me? Was it you, Tenby? Somebody told me that joke's been going around forever.
Like a decade-long joke.
I didn't know. I'd never heard it before.
Yeah.
Again, I'm getting material from one of the senior staff writers, and he's dredging up 10, 12-year-old unoriginal material. Who does he think he is, Mark Rosen?
Anytime that story about air quality or any story we do about Florida and alligators and snakes and reptiles, whatever it is, Corey just constantly reminds everyone.
So now,
why do you go outside?
We've got about a minute and a half to go.
All right.
This is what I got ripped for yesterday by the program director. He goes, boy, you really had nothing at the end of the show. You ran out of gas.
Really?
And I looked at you and said, you got anything you'd like to talk about? And he considered that me just falling short of the finish line.
Well,
it's not. I was just,
you're right.
I bring up almost
every topic.
Right. And there's no complaints there, but I'm just saying. So we were toward the end of the show, and I thought, well, I'll throw it out there. And he's basically saying, boy, you might want to come prepared for the show. It's like, well, no, I didn't run out of anything.
No, and that's fine. I normally come up with something.
Like, for instance, there's like 30 seconds to go.
Right.
Yeah, about a minute, yeah.
Anything either one of you guys want to bring up, go ahead. The floor is yours. That's all I was saying.
I got a question for you. What are your thoughts on euthanasia?
Well, you know what? I'd like to weigh in on that, but I don't know any children from that part of the world. I just don't.
A lot of grad parties still going on. I mean, come on, this is it.
Yeah.
Mr. About to be empty nester.
I have no more grad. No, I have grad parties to go to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've got some to go to.
I think it's a very fun time of year.
Oh, it's great.
For a lot of parents. We're very stressed out right now.
Can't wait to just go to, I got like 20 of them to go to. Hey, how you doing?
Why are you going to them?
Well, because everybody's invited.
Oh, that's true. The parents get to go.
The parents aren't, but now I'm not going to every single one, but I'll be going to.
I remember going to them.
For Pete's core.
Yeah, friends.
Group of friends that he's been with since, kindergarten. Yeah. I'll go, and it's all right, but it's like, it's going to be one after another. It's like there was a time where a former play-by-play announcer that worked here would say he didn't even know what city he was in because of the travel. I'm not even know what grad party I'm at by the time I'm done.
Just grab some apps and appetizer.
Well, should I talk right up till the music ends?
I don't know.
Did I have enough today? You going to be here for the big staff meeting tomorrow? Of course you won't. You don't need to because you're Mark Rosen, the legendary.
What staff meeting?
You see, you don't even have
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
What time is that at?
Email broke down and isn't working.
Are you going to be there, Tenby?
I got family over frequency.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Guess what? Guess who's got to be here and cut his round short tomorrow? That's great.
What time's that at?
Oh, no, you got to miss one day of golf.
Yeah, well.
We didn't talk about Messi going to Miami. That's the other thing.
I'll play 9 holes. Yeah, I'll play 9. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
What if you're 2 under through 9?
10. Then I ain't coming. 10B, thanks for having me.
Hey, great job.
You as well. We're back tomorrow at 12 noon. Big Ticket JG, they're next year on The Fan.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are.
I'm a fraud.
Yes.